Okay, guys, we thought you'd be interested to know what the Cowboys have done. It was a big viral moment when you guys entered Israel almost 2.5, almost 3 months ago. And now there's been daily, and some even nights, we worked incredibly hard. The time for the Cowboys is coming to a close here. This has been, where we're standing now, is the last project that the Cowboys have done. This has been an incredible project, but we want to talk about this project, but we also want to talk about the whole picture, what we've done since you guys arrived. Of course, coming into the airport, everybody, somebody took a picture, it went viral. We did 65 interviews on international media platforms, on television channels here in Israel and abroad. I would say we reached millions of people, and I don't know, I thought it'd be good before you guys head back home to talk a little bit about the experiences and a little bit about how for you guys, for all of us as a team, I don't think we ever could have dreamed that we would have the impact that we did have on the country when you guys arrived, and what has happened. I don't think anybody knows really what we've been up to since the beginning. So I don't know, John, was it meant to you to be here? And
I couldn't have even imagined everything that would have taken place and could have been what did take place since we've been here. Like you said, since arriving day one at the airport, and everybody hearing about us coming, and the humbling experience of everybody knowing about us be here, and just how that felt, and the projects that we've been able to do have been very impactful. It's been very good to be able to see Israel in such a hard time come together as a nation, and to be able to rise and to stand together. You know, we've spent, like you said, nearly 3 months here doing working on all the farms and this horse farm and various other projects, and it's just, you know, it's kind of bittersweet coming to the end here, seeing it, but we're glad Israel's stronger now than they were when we first came, and they're continuing to become stronger and stronger, and just glad to be a part of it.
thinking back to the early days, Luke, I was thinking about, you know, the time we spent visiting the wounded in the hospitals, visiting with the families of hostages, visiting with, you know, going to those hospitals and hearing those stories. Did you have anything that really stuck out to you in from those moments?
Yeah, I mean, hearing those stories and going to see those people it's always like kind of gut wrenching, and it turns your stomach when it's always really hard to listen to. But I think it's very important for people need to know the stories. They need to know the miracles and then the tragedies that happened. I think it's important for. So I think it was good because we were able to spark a little bit of hope in some of those guys, which was I didn't ever imagine that we could have ever done that, and so that was great that we were able to do that. But yeah, it's just hard to listen to, but definitely important. Right. We gotta listen to these guys.
Yeah. So a little bit of all the projects we went through, Zeke, we ended up picking about almost 100 tons of olives.
Yeah, right around there.
And that's where your hats got all messed up. There were no new hats around here, which was huge because that olive harvest, if we didn't pick it, it would have fallen to the ground. That was a huge Mayday save project for the farm here. We worked on trees that you thought they were, what did you think they were? Some sort of, remember what that was? It was you thought it was banana trees, it was date trees?
Date trees, that was blue.
Worked on them dates, so that was you. These banana trees, you obviously aren't from here. We worked on all kind of different farms. We put fences up, we built roads, picked peppers, zucchinis, helped to tend those date farm, harvested dates and then tended some farming around the date trees. All of that was in the beginning days. We did some building projects and road security projects and things like that. But Zeke, tell us, I think people are really wondering, I don't think anybody knew about this. What do we do here?
Well, when we showed up here, well, actually, I didn't show up here first. It was Yos and John. Right. I was still doing olive harvest. We kind of split up there at the beginning. But yeah, when they showed up here, there was none of this was here. So yeah,
What is this?
It's, I guess it's supposed to be horse therapy for people that have been through trauma, all different stuff like that. Right. So yeah, it's just Yeah, horse therapy center, I guess would be what you would call it.
Right. So when we got here, Yost, grab that mic. Describe to us what was the when we got to this part. This looks like a 5-star resort kind of riding stables here right now. When we got here, what did you have to work with when you got here? What was you had? Did you envision this being like this when what, a month and a half later?
Well, so yeah, it was actually kind of funny. About all that was here is a ton of rock, as you can see we made use to, and there's some of this metal pipe here.
You're saying you gathered all these rocks that we built this from?
All this rock was
Local. It's all right here.
All this rock was out of the ground right here. We're standing pretty much.
Wow.
So yeah, we just got a little bit of concrete and sand, and we're able to put this together out of pretty much everything we had here. Bought a little rebar and that kind of thing, but it's pretty much all from the land.
That's pretty impressive. You just took a little from the local layout here and made this into it. What did this take? How many hours you reckon you put in here? You don't have to give specific, but like,
I don't know.
you put a lot of time and energy in
Quite
this
a bit of time, yeah. We've been here 2.5 months about, a little more, and we've probably spent a good half of that here anyway.
Here building. I find it pretty fitting that the Cowboys got to come and do something that Cowboys ought to do, and that was building a riding ring and stables in the back for the horses, and then a whole nother night stables in the behind that you can't see from here. But yeah, what has been for you, Yost? What's been the most significant thing you've experienced since you've been here?
Probably building the land.
Just building
This up. It's making a statement saying this is the Jewish people's land. This is who they are.
Right.
So it's just good to be a part of that.
Right. Especially in wartime. I can't imagine anything more important than telling Israel, settle the land. Don't be held back.
It's not getting torn down. It's getting built up. So.
Right. Well, good for you. John, what do you reckon? What's the most impactful thing since you've been here?
I think the most impactful thing is, just like I said earlier, the fact that we're able to actually be here, hearing on October 7th what was happening here in Israel, and the whole, Hamas and all the Arab nations around turning, yet again coming against Israel, and them going through such a hard time, to actually be here and to be able to be a part of building up the land, and to be able to comfort. We didn't think that we'd be able to comfort Israel on the level that we were able to, and it's humbling that we could. That was amazing when we came in and we're able to do that. And then physically too, a big part for me is to be able to come. I mean, people were seeing us and we went and visited some people down at the hospitals and stuff and talked with people. But a huge part for me is just being able to come and work with my hands and actually be able to see it, and to meet Ruthie and Chaim here at the horse farm, and to be able to kind of build a relationship with them and help them and give them such a huge start on what they're trying to do here with everything on the mountain, and just supporting Israel as a whole in that way. It's been amazing.
Zeke, something really stood out for you for the whole trip?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, just being able to be an encouragement to the people here, and just being able to actually show the support. People talk about it and nothing ever happens, but to be able to come and actually show the support of other countries around. And
one thing that was interesting to me that I will add is how much it means to Israel for our support as Christians, for them to actually be able to see people who are willing to stand up and come do something. It means a lot to them, and it just encourages me, and it reminds me that I need to be more vocal and more, like, it's not, I feel when I come here it doesn't maybe matter that much. It's the impact is very small, but to them it's not, even though it's a small thing, the amount of encouragement it brings. The actual work itself is part of it, but it's the fact that Israel's not alone, and for them to be able to see that they're not alone is huge. And so I think that we all as Christians need to realize that we need to be vocal about it.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna go home, and we're gonna talk to people, and hopefully come back with a lot more next time.
There you go. I think we need a lot more people out here in these hills.
They say we're going home. We're not going home for good.
You're gonna be back, right? Yeah. Luke, last word. What stood out to you in this time here?
Yeah, I'll kind of piggyback on what John said. Just the relationships that are able to be built. We've become friends with a lot of different people around here, and it's been a huge blessing. Like with the amount of time that we spent specifically here with Ruti and Chaim, they're some of the greatest people you'll meet. And so just be able to have a relationship with them and their kids, and we're like, our best part of the day is going over for dinner at their house and just sitting and talking. And so that's been a huge blessing in, I think, all of our lives, and something that none of us will ever forget. So,
well, I'm sure for everybody out there that saw the big boom hubbub in the very beginning, you're probably surprised to see that, hey, the gang's all here. We're still here. It's almost 3 months later. And like what Yo said, it's not the last time. Every one of us, we'll be back together here doing more projects in the future. But wanted to give an update as the Cowboys are taking off back home. Be looking for them in the airport. I figure you guys may take off your cowboy hats on the way back, just to run in
We
disguise
thought about
for a
auctioning
little while.
them off over here. You know?
Auction it off here. There you go. Anyway, guys, wanted to give a report. We've just huge blessing to be here, to be a part of blessing Israel and serving the nation. And don't worry, we're continuing on, and we're going to keep serving and blessing the nation of Israel from here on out.